Have you ever actually calculated the total amount of money you've spent on things that promised to change your life? I'm not talking about college tuition. That's a whole other tragic comedy. I'm talking about that digital graveyard you're so diligently curating. That learning materials folder on your desktop filled with PDFs on 10 steps to becoming a millionaire that you've never opened past page 3. That masterclass account you bought thinking you'd learn to cook from Gordon Ramsay, but you ended up just watching the trailers. And of course, those $999 online courses discounted to $49 for the next 24 hours only, promising to teach you how to build an online empire from the comfort of your pajamas. If we added it all up, I'm willing to bet your digital graveyard is worth more than a decent used car. And the most ironic part, the only thing we've truly mastered from these courses is how to autofill our credit card information in under 15 seconds. So why? Why do we, supposedly the pinnacle of evolution, the species that can send robots to Mars, act like compulsive shoppers every time we see the phrase, "unlock your potential"? The answer isn't logical. It lies in the brilliant way our brains are wired to deceive themselves. The act of buying a self-help course is not a logical transaction. It's an emotional one. You're not buying knowledge. You're buying hope. You're buying a tranquilizer for your insecure ego. The moment you hit that complete purchase button, your brain releases a sweet head of dopamine. That feeling, that sense of, I've done something responsible for my future, feels even better than the first cup of coffee in the morning. You've bought a lottery ticket for a better version of yourself. The problem is, you think buying the ticket is enough, forgetting you still have to actually check the numbers. This is where the first logical trap snaps shut: action faking. Our brain is lazy. It loves shortcuts. And buying a course is the perfect shortcut. It gives you the feeling of progress without any of the actual progress. It's like buying expensive running shoes, posting a picture on Instagram with the caption, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step," and then putting them in the closet and going back to Netflix. You've confused preparing for the race with actually running it. Buying a course on writing doesn't make you a writer. Buying a course on investing doesn't make you Warren Buffett. It just makes you a person who owns a course. But the self-deception doesn't stop there. Let's say after a few weeks of guilt, you decide to open the course. You look at the curriculum, 12 modules, 150 videos, 48 hours of content, plus 20 downloadable worksheets. And then the second trap emerges. The paradox of choice combined with information overload. When you have only one option, say a single mentor teaching you a trade, you learn. But when you're faced with an entire library of infinite knowledge, you become paralyzed. Which video should I start with? Lesson 1.1, or should I skim the summary first? Ooh, there's a guest speaker in Module 9. That looks interesting. And so, instead of learning, you spend 30 minutes planning your study schedule, then feel exhausted from all the planning and decide to start tomorrow. Spoiler alert, tomorrow is a fictional place in the space-time continuum of procrastination. And here's the funniest part. When we finally give up, our brain has a wonderful defense mechanism to protect our fragile ego. It doesn't say, "Hey, you're lazy and undisciplined." No, it's far more sophisticated. It says, "This course wasn't really a good fit for me. The instructor's methods are a bit cheesy. There's probably a better course out there." And just like that, the cycle begins again. You're back online searching for a new dopamine hit, a new promise, a fancier tombstone for your digital graveyard. We fall for the sunk cost fallacy in a bizarre, inverted way. Normally, people think, I've already spent $500, I have to finish it. But our version is, I've already spent $500, which means I've invested in myself. The act of buying was part of the success. The rest, well, that can wait. The money you spent becomes proof of your commitment, not the motivation for your action. This phenomenon isn't just about online courses. It's the gym membership you buy in January and only use for the first week. It's the guitar collecting dust in the corner. It's the copy of Thinking Fast and Slow where you only read the introduction. They are all symbols of the person we aspire to be and painful reminders of the person we actually are. The multi-billion-dollar self-help industry isn't really selling knowledge. It's selling absolution from guilt. It profits from the gap between the person you want to be and the person you actually are. They're not selling you a pickaxe so you can dig for gold. They're selling you a beautiful, detailed treasure map that makes you feel like an adventurer the moment you buy it. Whether or not you actually find any gold, well, that's a you problem. So what's the solution? Stop buying? Stop dreaming? No, that's pessimistic and frankly boring. The solution, perhaps, is to change the question. Instead of asking, which course will change my life, ask, what is the smallest, most specific problem I want to solve right now? You don't need a course on mastering marketing from A to Z. Maybe you just need to learn how to write one effective sales email. Don't buy a course for that. Go on YouTube and find a 10-minute video on it. Try it. If it works, find a 15-minute one. Build progress from small, tangible actions, not from expensive clicks. Real logic isn't about owning all the tools. Real logic is knowing how to use the hammer in your hand to hit one nail, then two nails, then build a chair. It's not about buying the entire hardware store and then watching it all rust. We're obsessed with optimizing ourselves, with becoming perfect productivity machines. But maybe we should just accept the fact that our brains are inherently flawed. They're lazy, they crave comfort, and they're easily fooled. And recognizing that, recognizing the very ways we fool ourselves, is the first step towards genuine wisdom. That's worth more than 10 online courses combined. So the next time you're about to click buy now on a promise of a brighter future, just pause for a second and ask yourself, am I buying a tool to build that future, or am I just buying another beautiful tombstone for my digital graveyard?